We're going. We're going.
We're going.
Welcome to the Clear Shots podcast. We both didn't prepare with nicknames. This is episode 116, I believe. I am Seth Ben Affleck Skinner.
I am Jake. Val Kilmer Jones.
Ooh.
Yes, that's
I'm
what
Jackie
the
Chan.
book. Is that what the book was for?
Yeah, that's why I pulled it out.
You're playing chess and we're playing checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could just be 3D checkers
Yeah.
or 4D checkers or 5D checkers. You ever seen that?
I don't got time for that.
Is there strategy to checkers?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Just like there's strategy to tic-tac-toe, but it's always a tie.
Like, I think, baseline, easiest thing that you can do in checkers to, ensure that you, stay safe is, always, move things up, 2 rows at a time. Because, you can't jump them if you've already got, something behind it. So it's
No, you just hug the wall, dude. You just hug the wall.
kind of.
Well, yeah. If you hug the wall and stay right, eventually you get out of the maze. That's how mazes work.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
It's just a maze, but
Checkers
with,
is a maze.
yeah. Yeah. I watched some gameplay of that game Go that's big and I think they play it in Japan or some shit.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculously complicated. I can't figure it out at all.
Oh yeah.
It
It's nuts.
Is it like a sport?
No,
It's like chess, but it's the rules are so bizarre. And basically there's I've heard people say you will never have one game of it play exactly like another game of it.
Yeah.
So it's like Left 4 Dead kind of.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But you are also the back end of the game. You have to know the rules within which the game takes place.
Well, people play
Yeah.
Warhammer, so they can figure it out. Go.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I guess.
I don't know, man. It seems pretty simple to me.
I can't remember what it was called, but I was watching a video of this fucking AI going against one of the top Go players in the world. And it was Google's AI, I forget what it was called. AlphaGo.
Okay.
And so he's playing against a computer, and the computer makes the weirdest possible play it could have made, and it just confused him because the computer made all the calculations. The computer basically decided that this completely nonsensical move would just throw him off completely. He wouldn't be able to predict how to play against that. He wouldn't understand how to play against it.
Yeah.
So it was I got this.
It's also known as beginner's luck.
Well,
Sure.
Maybe the computer treats every game as if it's the first game it's ever played. That way, it confuses itself. So you get double jeopardy.
yeah, yeah.
It confuses itself, so you pick the right square where you get to choose the amount of money you wager.
Yeah, exactly. I remember watching a thing about chess back when I was a competitive chess player. About this AI that beat the 10 highest ranked chess players in the world all at once. Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. And it's just white and black chips, dude. It's easy. I think they you have to put it on a corner, like it's not like the squares. So you have to put it on an actual like point where the lines meet.
Yeah.
But I still don't. I think how it works is you have to trap the other people's pieces inside of your, like you have to surround their pieces.
Oh yeah. Sort of like Bomberman or something.
Yeah, it's like worms.
Or
It's
what
like
was that
it's
one?
like
What's the one from
it's like
Rocket League?
Drop shot.
Drop shot.
yeah, it's like
Yeah. They should have called it Rocket League Go.
I don't think
It would have been a way better name for that game.
Agreed.
I mean,
And strangely, Pokemon Go has nothing to do with it.
That probably made the Go community a little pissed.
Yeah.
They were probably so excited for like a Pokemon
It's just like
game.
Go is trending in Japan.
Wow. I didn't even
yeah. I'm talking to Nick. So see if I can get him to hop in. But I don't know, man. Like some of those games I can't. I've actually been playing this game on my phone called Wordscapes, and it's pretty fun. It's just like a crossword almost, but like it gives you 5 letters.
And you gotta
starts
create
off with
like the maximum number of combinations of it.
You have to basically find as many words out of those letters as you can.
Yeah.
And really, the crossword is only there to help you, like, sort of narrow down your options.
Right.
But like, I love getting bonus words. Like, I just get like cum and like piss and like dick. It's like they don't go on the board because they're not the ones that they're looking for, but I get bonus points. So. But there's like some where like it's weird because there's just like an X and like 2 eyes or some shit, and you're like, how do I make a word out of these letters? Like it takes me so long to like be like, I don't like, I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes on some of them, and then there's other ones where I'm just like, oh, car, rock, bozo. I don't think bozo's a real word. I think it's just a name.
Is it?
I think so.
It's a good one though. I'd count it.
I don't think it is a word. I think bozo was like the name of a clown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that originally where it came from?
I believe so.
Bozo the clown.
I don't know. Google it.
Yeah, I did. He was widely popular in the second half of the 20th century.
Okay. Yeah.
So, oh, that guy. I know him.
Wait, share the screen.
I'm Googling it. I don't know about you guys.
No,
thought
I
we were
can't
all
Google,
Googling
dude.
it.
I'm playing Chell, bro.
Oh, I thought we were all simultaneously Googling Bozo. There he is. Sometimes billed as Bozo, the world's most famous clown.
Bozo Bob Bell.
Huh.
Which one's him?
The one on the right.
The clown.
He looks fucking dumb.
Yeah, the guy's just Roy Brown.
The other guy's pretty normal looking.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't even make the character, dude. Someone else did. It's like when wrestlers join the WWE.
Yep. They don the mantle of Bozo.
Yeah, like you gotta assume the throne. When Bozo dies, well, I'm pretty sure he died already. He was 89. When did he died? When
January
did Bozo the clown died? The Bozo Show. Here we go. It was in Chicago. Look at that. That's cute.
That's freaky, man. I don't like it. I'm not even scared of clowns. I'm just not a fan of him. Fuck
No,
that.
they're weird.
Who's in the chat or who's trying to get in? Is that Nick?
Yep.
Yeah. What's
Oh, he is in.
He's just listening in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Hey.
Nice. What's up?
Just talking about clowns.
Yeah, Seth was talking about some like wordscape game or something like that. I don't know.
And then I don't know how we got to clowns, but we made
You
it.
said
We
you
did
got
it.
bozo. I was arguing that it was a phrase. You were arguing that it was a name, and it was
And we still didn't figure that out. So
one bozo the clown.
Yeah.
The word bozo has pretty much been synonymous with clown, thanks to the popularity and the cultural status of Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
Is what I gathered from that little that you showed us.
It's like the start of a documentary.
Yeah.
Who was Bozo the Clown?
Let me take you to a ride. 1924, good old Mississippi. Bozo was born.
But that's how it would be, though, because I feel like he's just a clown, and that's his whole life. So, like, how do you make a documentary that's, like, riveting about the guy? You know what I mean? Like, he probably didn't have that eventful of a fucking life. You know what I mean?
I mean,
they made a documentary about
you
that.
work in a carnival or, like, a circus. There's got to be something.
Well, that's why I said, what kind of clown? Is he doing, like, balloon animals, or is he... like more of a slapstick clown where he's getting hit with ball bats or something?
He was the clown, bro.
He had a TV show.
Yeah. How many other clowns do you know with TV shows? None?
Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, well, it's not his TV show, but he's on
it. Yeah, because I'm sure I've totally heard someone say, hey, I gotta tune into that show on Fox. Krusty the Clown is in it. I can't wait to see what he gets himself into.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's definitely people that are clowns that have TV shows, right?
To Catch a Predator featured clowns.
Yeah. Like Whale Wars, you know what I mean? Those guys are clowns.
Yeah. Pawn Stars.
Yeah. Any of those.
There's Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown?
Yeah, dude. Homie don't...
Homie, that was the thing.
The TV show.
Do you remember the little fucking things, those little action figure guys that were called homies?
Yeah.
They were like little plastic fellas. And everybody had them when we were in like 7th grade-ish.
High school.
Sorry, I gotta look this up. Gotta look up this thing about clowns.
Googling clowns.
Oh, Lunette. That's her name. From
Lunette.
The Big Comfy Couch.
Oh, Lunette the clown.
Those things. I wasn't allowed to have those.
Oh my god, I forgot about this show. What a mess this one was.
I don't know.
I feel like
I was supposed to see it.
Oh, just the homies toys.
Oh,
Brian froze. Did he freeze for you guys?
yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You're not moving on my screen.
Never moving on my screen.
Oh, no, I wanted to get a picture. Shit.
Oh, now he's moving.
Yeah, you'll have to get it from the recording.
Oh, true.
Well, oh my god, homies, they're only $200
for
free
one?
shipping. It's just a collection. It's a collection of homies.
200 only.
Yeah. Well, let me check eBay. Maybe they got them on eBay. $39. That's not bad. Series 1, 2, 3, and 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and it's all 34, like of all 4 series.
It's not bad.
Shit! It's even got Pedro.
That's like $1.09 a homie.
Yeah, dude, it's got Pedro and it's got Julian. Let me see here. Let me break these guys down. There's Esteban. He's pretty cool. Antonio. Huh. See, I think I had Pedro. I'm pretty positive. And I'm sure I had Julian. 100%.
I didn't have any of these things.
Really? What the
I
hell
had
were
Mighty
you doing?
Beans. Did you guys ever play with Mighty Beans?
Yeah,
Nope.
I think so. Was it with a Z? Yeah, it was with a Z. Oh, God. I remember the commercial. I never had them, though.
Mighty Beans.
Sure,
Mighty Beans. Mighty Beans. Did you ever
They
have
have
those,
Fortnite
Nick?
ones.
Did you ever play with those, Nick?
I don't know what those homies things are either.
No?
No.
Oh, look at this. They come in a case. What a mess.
It's the collectible case.
Yeah. The case itself is the collectible.
Yeah.
You have to collect all the cases.
I never once.
They're
I don't know
mighty.
what that is. It looks it.
They got the Fortnite ones. Oh my God! Wait, I do remember this. They were like weighted on each end, right?
Yeah.
And they like flip around.
Like I know what they were, but I didn't have them. I'm pretty sure like as soon as I got like my first Game Boy, like that was it. Like I didn't ask for any actual like toys. I just got Game Boy games.
Yeah, of course.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, those are toys though.
I mean, like it's different.
I mean, I guess that's what they say, but once you get older, your toys just become a different thing, right?
Yeah.
So like I would consider gaming consoles are still toys to me. Games are still toys. But like also you get toys like cool cars and shit. Those are toys. If you can afford them though. They're not like, they're not toys in the sense that like you could go down the toy aisle at Walmart and buy fucking
that's what I mean.
Performance vehicles.
I wasn't getting like toy aisle toys anymore after that. It was like super big on Legos before then. Had so many Legos.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was Legos.
The thing was with Legos, it's like everybody had tons of them, but like, I don't know, they didn't use them that much.
Oh, dude, I used.
Yeah, me and my brother built like cities that like filled like our entire like playroom.
See, I did that more with Hot Wheels tracks.
Like what I did with Hot Wheels was I just had like big like cardboard boxes that we like flattened out and then just like made like little edges to them, and then just like we just flung the Hot Wheels cars at other Hot Wheels cars as fast as we could.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Whichever ones flipped, they were out.
Okay, I like that.
It was like me and my brother just like set up some sort of arena.
This is what I used to play all the time with my Hot Wheels. The Crisscross Crash. And it has these like spinning wheels in it, and it launches the cars around the turns. And then they always hit in the middle because one's always slower than the other.
Yeah.
But it has variable speed control and over 16 feet of track and 4 crash zones.
Yeah. And I think right there it says $2 only.
Yeah. I mean, that's the closest to the original one. I guess they still make it though.
Yeah, I couldn't.
We didn't have those in my house.
I had a lot of Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars, but they were all like secondhand, and I never had like a thing to play with them with. I was more of a street Hot Wheels player. Seth, you were more of a vert guy.
Like it was more vert, yeah.
Like I had to create my tracks in my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you could only afford the Criss and the Cross. You could never get to the Crash.
I do remember. Did you guys ever have those things that were like these electric race cars that were hooked up to this thing, and you hit a button, and the button had them move?
Like a slot car track?
Is that what those
Like,
are called?
Yeah, you're talking about the
Just
slot
a
car
button?
with like the electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in like a little groove, and you have to stick to like.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's only an accelerate button, but you have to like slow down through the turns and shit to keep it from falling off.
I never did.
No, you just
Take it
gas
back,
it.
Actually, you know what my favorite toy was that my dad and I would play? Monday Night Football game.
The sock and boppers, but without the balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just with jumper cables.
Good old dad.
Brass boppers.
Why can't I not share my screen now?
It's
I
copper
remember-
poppers.
Dude, I was surprised they could ever.
Conducting electricity.
Well, I was surprised they could ever sell Hulk hands, dude. That shit would knock people out.
Dude, Hulk hands are fucking awesome.
They're like boxing gloves for kids.
Yeah.
So I had
Speaking
this.
of Legos, even later on,
Oh God.
Wait, this is
and Alex in the band, we had everybody over. Like, we were like 20 years old, just playing with Legos.
See,
Oh my
that's
God.
there it is again. Gunshots.
Yep.
Dude, you in the hood, son.
I hate this neighborhood.
It must be closer to you because you heard it before I did.
Oh,
You'll hear it a couple seconds later. Sound travels pretty slow.
Yeah.
It travels slower than Skype does, that's for sure.
You know what's crazy is that, like, you know Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously.
Yeah.
No.
You know, like when we were growing up, they had Shadow the Hedgehog.
He was the black and red guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that every kid that bragged about playing that game is in jail now. Like,
The Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Did not see that coming.
Think of every kid you grew up with that was like, dude, I got Shadow the Hedgehog. It's the coolest fucking game ever. Fuck Sonic. Shadow's the shit. They're in prison. Like,
Then you just cut to the bars closing behind him, and then I'm grabbing the fucking bars. the cop walking around with the keys on his finger.
It's Eggman.
Yeah.
it's like
Well, it was like even in Sonic Adventure, everybody wanted to be second player so they could play as Shadow because he looked cooler.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Plus, he had the
I like
playing-
anti-gravity.
playing as Team Chaotic. I like playing as the chameleon. That was the shit. You played as the chameleon. You play as the alligator and the bee. Or that was Sonic Heroes. That's what that was.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
I remember trying to beat Sonic Spinball, which was like pinball meets Sonic.
Sonic
It's fucking
Pinball or Sonic Spinball?
It's spin ball, like spin ball.
Huh.
It was for the Genesis. The game was dope, but it was hard as shit because it's like you get stuck in a lot of spots, and it's just like, oh, I gotta start over.
Wait, so it's just your ball is Sonic,
Yeah.
and it's just rolling around like a little fella. Oh, I kind of remember that actually.
But there's still like a map that it actually has to like flow through.
Yeah. Wait, so you control the ball,
Kind of.
or do you control the pins? Because it's not really pinball if you're not just doing the pins.
I don't remember, honestly. I just remember, like, trying super hard to beat it. And never getting very far.
Like, I feel like...
Pokemon pinball.
Yeah, Pokemon pinball. That was awesome. Well, they had Pinball FX on the 360, and you could, like, buy tables, and they had, like, a million different types of tables. But it's like, pinball's a game that it's been around for a long time, but, like, how does it really evolve now? Like, you can't really... Like, you can play it now. Like, you can do it now.
Yeah, you just make new cabinets.
That's all it really is.
Yeah.
But then the cabinets that you can make digitally are way more intense than you could have made physically. I've seen some crazy pinball tables, though.
I mean, like, they're still following the same physics in the video game. So, like, you could conceivably make it real.
Yeah, until you play, like, the UFO table and it starts, like, floating the ball around and shit. And which I guess you could still do if you have enough air pressure. You could just push
magnets, dude.
Yeah, just use magnets. I want to go to, like, I don't know. I wish there was an arcade with, like, some serious pinball tables. Because there never is. Even Dave and Buster's and shit, like, those places don't have serious pinball tables.
They got skee ball, though.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which I don't understand, because you're not really skiing. You know what I mean?
It's SKEE.
The ball skis.
Does it? It kind of rolls more than anything.
Yeah, it rolls.
Well, I guess if you throw it quick enough, it skis. It doesn't have time to catch on.
Yeah. You just softball pitch it at the holes.
Yeah, it's like Wii bowling. The ball's like halfway down the thing by the time it hits.
That's like real bowling when I play.
Yeah, you just throw it as hard as you can.
I can't do Wii bowling because I bowl two-handed.
What, did you just take a shower? That was like 12 seconds.
No, I told you I'm going to hop in a cold shower every like half hour or so because it gets too hot in my apartment. So I run the water on cold. I stand underneath the shower for like a minute, then I dry off and get out.
Oh.
I feel like $1,000,000.
Okay.
Causing my headset to just fucking have a real bad time.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's crackling quite a bit.
Yeah, you sounded crinkly.
Yeah, you sounded like you were playing with like a
aluminum foil.
Yeah. It's like you was folding up a bunch of paper.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I know there is, like, I remember watching Jack Black's YouTube channel, and he went to this place that was all just pinball machines, like a shit ton of pinball machines. And they were all like, there was vintage pinball machines and like high-end, like badass pinball machines.
Pinball is so...
I went to one up in Vancouver.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, though. What they need to do is...
There's like a couple like arcade bar locations.
There's a really fun one in Rochester that Cody Stewart and Wes and I went to.
They got pinball?
Yeah, they had a whole section that was all pinball, and it was cool because they were all themed.
There we go.
So I had one section that was all video game related, one that was all movies, and one that was all like classic standard pinball.
And then they had one where you had to go like through the beads in the back, and it was all just porn pinball, porn pinball machines. It's actually a genius idea. I don't know why they don't do that.
So Brian mentioned Sonic Spinball. What do you guys think is the best, like, of those weird spin-off titles for like games? Like Mario had a couple of crazy fucking spin-offs.
Well, I mean, Mario Kart is technically a spin-off, right?
Yeah.
And it was pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, the most damn to be Smash Bros.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah. I think I actually like enjoy playing Mario Kart more than I enjoy playing Smash Bros. Though.
Depends.
I've just never been good at it.
That's one thing.
Thing is, like I just feel like with Smash, it's like you can just mash buttons and like somewhat survive through most of the game.
Yeah,
like, it
but
feels like people
somewhat
who haven't played
surviving
before.
through a game isn't necessarily fun.
Right? Yeah. That's true. You're on your heels the whole time.
Yeah.
I only have fun if I'm winning.
Like we've been playing Halo lately without Jake.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool without Jake. I like it without Jake.
And like I'm not doing good by any means, but I'm still having fun because I'm with you guys and I'm still on your team. But if it's like, oh, I'm going up against you guys and I'm just getting my ass kicked like repeatedly, it's like, yeah, I'm not having fun with this game.
Right. Yeah.
Where like I feel like with Mario Kart, at least like, you know, either I just adjust the settings so that it's easy mode for me, or you know.
As soon as you figure out, like, as soon as you get a feel for like the drifting, you're fine. Because like drifting is gigantic. Because that's how you get your boost and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I see people like that have never played Mario Kart and they just drive, like they just hold the button down and then they try to steer around turns like normal and shit, and then they wonder why they're in 12th. And then they're just hoping for a blue shell.
I played a lot of it on the DS, but that's like the only time that I've actually had like I've never had a Nintendo console until the Switch.
I'm pretty positive that Mario Kart for the DS single-handedly gave me carpal tunnel in my right hand.
For sure.
Because you had to hold the A button, which was on the right side. So you're like squeezing the fucking side of the device for like hours.
I liked Guitar Hero on the DS. Guitar Hero on Tour, I think is what.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you plugged in like that weird peripheral thing, and that was like it was like a.
Seth had that. Yeah. I remember trying it and being bad at it.
Yeah, speaking of carpal tunnel, for sure.
Yeah.
You had to like pick the touchscreen with like a fucking. I don't even know if it came with. It might have come with like a stylus.
It was a guitar pick with a stylus attached to it.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I would play it again if I could find it.
Well, it kind of died because the DSi didn't have the dongle on the bottom, so you couldn't plug it in.
Yep.
So when the DSi came out, they stopped making it because they were like, no one's gonna buy the old DS just to play Guitar Hero.
Why didn't they just make wireless DS Guitar Hero guitars?
Yep.
Like full guitars?
Yeah.
That would have been sweet.
It like, plugs in. Like it's got that weird like springy like wire thing like those old lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. The portability function is completely ruined. I mean, the DS is supposed to be portable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. That's why I don't get people who
legitimately, who was playing Guitar Hero portably?
Well, yeah, that's true.
I had the one for Java. That one was fun.
Well, it's like I don't get when people buy physical copies of like Switch games or whatever, or DS games or some shit. It's like, because now like the whole point of the console is just for it to be portable. So now all you're doing when you buy physical shit is having more shit to carry with you.
Right.
I mean, like, if you're concerned that you may drop the thing, you're probably going to have some sort of protective case anyways.
You should, yeah.
And then you could just put the games in that.
Or just carry them in your mouth.
Huh.
Don't put the Switch games in your mouth.
He's done it.
I have.
I think he did it live on camera.
It's gross, dude.
Well, yeah, you guys told me they tasted bad. Did Nick leave? I think Mike broke.
Yeah, it was a little crackly.
I couldn't hear him at all as soon as he said headset troubles.
Pretty much.
Headset troubles. He's like trying to...
It's weird because, like, we heard him fine last night when we were playing Halo without Jake.
Yeah, he's fine in the Discord when we're playing Halo without Jake. But I don't know. I added you to the Discord, by the way. I sent you the invite. So.
Okay. He's not having it.
I mean, we got to play big teams, so the more people, actually, the better. If we could get a party of 8, that'd be crazy as shit.
It would be, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know why I wasn't even considered.
You're just not. Well, you said you don't have it installed, so.
Well.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I just assumed you had to work in the morning, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's that word again. Assume.
Yeah. It makes an ass out of both of us, right?
You know?
That's the phrase?
Normally, I would agree with you.
Is that the phrase? I've never heard that.
You know what happens when you assume you make an ass out of both of us.
You make an ass out of you and me.
That makes all sense, but...
Okay, I get it. You got to break it down a little bit, the word itself. Yeah. Yeah.
Not my first language.
I mean, so, yeah, going back to Halo, it's like, I feel like those are games that, like, even, it doesn't really matter performance. I mean, actually, we're winning a lot of our games that we play.
Yeah. You're carrying, so.
Well, the key to Halo, and I said this before, is don't die. Like, really, like, it's like, yeah, get kills, but, like, try to not rush into certain areas where you know there's more than one guy, because you're gonna just get smoked immediately.
I mean, like, I feel like the majority of my deaths are from, like, I spawn and I'm already getting shot at.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
especially in Halo 1, because
yeah,
that's how that game's built. They're just like, oh, we're gonna pick a random spot and throw you on the map.
Plus, grenades are on the map.
Yeah.
You don't. You can't. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Nades on the map.
It's funny too, because like when you die in Halo 1, like the guns that fall, like that you drop onto the map, they're like way bigger than they should be. They're like bigger than what your actual hands could carry in the game.
It's like character size.
Yeah, even in Reach, I noticed that earlier because I was playing. I was just running like solo games or whatever, and the grenades when you throw them in Reach are gigantic. Maybe it's just for visibility so that you can see them.
Probably.
But it's just like they're comically large. But it's a game that, like, even the older Halos, like, you can sort of pick them up and kind of be okay at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely improving pretty quickly.
Well, it's a matter of just playing it and, like, understanding the shield mechanics and strafing and stuff like that.
Yep.
Strafing is gigantic. Because, like, you want them to miss a lot of hits. And really, the best part of playing with a group of people is Dave being like, huh? And then being like, I just got sniped through a wall. And then he's like, I'm recording that. And then after we're done playing, Dave opens the computer, screen shares on Discord, and shows us like all these clips of him dying. He's got like fucking 70 clips of him dying.
Does he just like, he's just like, unbelievable. That's bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, how?
Yeah. But it's like some of it's legitimate. Like he must be like so far behind, like lag wise,
Yeah.
that like it looks like he gets shot once in the leg, but really it was a headshot.
Yeah, because I remember like when we were playing free for all on lockout, and he was jumping up the lift, and I like just took his head off with a sniper rifle round. And he's like, huh? He does that. He does the, huh? And then he gets immediately mad, and he's like, "Oh, you just shot me in the leg," and I instantly died. And then he's like, "I'm recording that clip," and it's like I would record my perspective too, but I don't know how the fuck to do it. So, but like it's just like in a lot of games, like I said, it's like, you see a different thing than your opponent's gonna see just on the basis of fucking your connection.
Yep.
It's like yeah, and if you watch like, I don't know, like in Call of Duty, like even in the older Call of Duties, if you watch the kill cam, you're like, nope, definitely didn't hit me. But like realistically, if you watched his screen, he annihilated you, and then yeah. But I did play Warzone the other night, and it's pretty smooth. The whole gameplay is really nice. Like it feels like
it's a Call of Duty.
Yeah, I expected it to be like a polished, like a more polished Call of Duty game. But like it just seems weird that they made it a fucking battle royale game.
No, that's what's trendy right now, yeah.
I mean, I also, in a way, though, I like the model of it, in that they go, here's your you can play Warzone for free, so you got battle royale for free, and then when you get into the game, you can just buy the full game, which is the multiplayer and the campaign, or you can go to like the store for like the battle pass and all that shit. But allowing people to play it for free is gonna probably tempt a lot of people to buy it.
Right.
Like I even was like, I wouldn't mind playing this campaign, to be honest with you, because it feels really good and like it looks really nice. The game is like graphically, it's pretty sick.
I really enjoyed the campaign for the newest one, but the multiplayer is really, really good too. Like I'm still playing that now.
Right, I've heard that the campaign's really good.
Me and Wes and Graham have been playing it pretty much for like 2 or 3 hours a night every night for the past like 2 weeks, I think. 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's casual. It's fun because like you don't have to win because the game just feels good to play, and the guns are cool, and that's what I enjoy. Is that like it reminds me of the other Call of Duties where there wasn't like one gun that was better than everyone or everything else. Like you can make a build out of any gun and be fine.
Well, yeah, there was definitely like it's funny when I go back and play Modern Warfare 2 on here. It's like you realize how many people are wicked cheating bad because there's no countermeasures to like actually hacking the game.
Yep.
So people can just run mods that completely fuck it up. And I remember playing with a dude who every single game you played, you would rank to max rank immediately, and then you just prestige after every game. So you just play like 7 games and you're like max rank.
Yeah. I remember doing that. I did that in Modern Warfare 2 on like the PS3. There was a guy that we were friends with that like he would inject your game with the max rank. So it would, or he could have it hacked so that way you would have everything unlocked.
Yeah.
Instead of obviously you cheating to max rank, you could just have everything unlocked and still be your same rank. Which was dumb because you would just lose everything when you prestiged.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And like after every game, I was like, well, I'm gonna keep playing with this guy, so I'm gonna prestige. And then eventually, I was like, well, he's gonna leave, so I'm just gonna stick with everything unlocked. But it's like after the game ends, it just goes boo, 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 and it's like unlocking every fucking commendation that there is and shit. You're like, I didn't do anything in that game. What are you talking about? I was like 4 and 28. What are you talking about? But that's the thing with those older games. There's no, there's like no anti-cheat.
Right.
And they do have it in Halo. I mean, that's what they say, at least. There's an anti-cheat. You can run the game without the anti-cheat, so you can actually do it.
Yep.
Which I actually like that. I love that they have the option to do that. They're like, okay, well, people are going to try to exploit it, so let's let them.
Yeah. Like, honestly, there should just be that option for every game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't mind going up against other people that are probably cheating, like, whatever.
I never understood the appeal, though.
Well, sure. But, like, I know that, like, I was talking to Nick and Derek Roth about, like, this mod for Dark Souls 3. And it's like, so if you're running the modded version of the game, and you play online, like, the company From Software, if they see it and they notice, like, they're able to recognize it, like, they can, like, ban your Steam account from playing online.
Right. Doesn't it ban you from every FromSoft game too, or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It bans your entire Steam account. So, like, if you want to play this mod, you've got to, like, create a second Steam account and, like, share the game to that one.
Like, over and over?
Well, that's what they would do, is they would just make another account. But it's definitely way inconvenient, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never understood any of that shit. Like, even just cheesing games. Like, in certain ways where you, like, exploit, like, a certain part of the map. It's like, well, it's not really that fun. Like, you stand in, like, a corner and they just, like, ambush you and you just spam a certain button. And it's like, well, is it really, like, are you having fun doing that? Really? Like,
yeah, I don't necessarily get, like, the appeal of cheating when you're playing, like, a competitive sort of thing. If you're just playing, like, a solo thing or, like, whatever,
yeah, it's
I can
like
get the appeal to it then.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day with, like, Grand Theft Auto, and just, like, enabling all the different cheats or whatever on that.
Yeah.
Ton of fun.
We were talking about this with Dave the other day about how games need to bring back cheat codes.
Yep.
And it's like maybe not even cheat codes, maybe just unlockables that you can toggle on and off in your menus.
Yeah.
There was a game that did that. I don't remember what it was. I know I mentioned in that episode that the Lord of the Rings games did that, where if you beat the game on hard, you would get, like, a seal door, and you would be unkillable, or everything would be a one-hit kill or something. I don't know.
So before Streets of Rage 4 was a thing, there was a fan-made Streets of Rage remake. And, like, it got posted online when it came out or whatever. And, like, it stayed up for, like, 5 hours, and then it got taken down by Sega. I managed to catch it in those 5 hours that it was up. And it's got, like, as you play through the game, like, you earn, like, a score. And then you can use those points in order to unlock different unlockables that you can toggle.
Yeah.
So I did a shitload of that.
That's pretty sweet. Resident Evil 3 does that, the new one, where every time you beat the game, you get points, and you can unlock, like, infinite pistol and infinite ammo weapons and stuff.
That's dope.
Right, like, if there's, like, a marketplace where you're like, oh, I can buy these characters and these cheats and, like, these things, like, all these different options, that's the way to do it. Like, I mean, even, like, some of those games, like, I remember when Halo Online came out, because there was nothing on PC. So there was, like, a fan-made version of Halo, and it was, like, a base Halo 3 with, like, elements of, like, Halo 4 and stuff like that mixed in. But, like, I'm pretty sure there was probably no anti-cheat because it was just a fan-made fucking thing.
Right.
So, like, it's one of those things where you go into a game and you're like, I'm gonna get probably smoked by aimbotters constantly. That's gonna be a blast. Or it's just lag. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's probably just lag.
I loved playing like Counter-Strike back in the day and seeing like the aimbotters, and it's just like legitimately like you'd see like their legs and they're just like normal like walking along, but then like the upper body, like whole upper body would just be like spinning like full circles like repeatedly. And like if you appear on their screen, they immediately like have a shot like right at your head.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
I
mean,
remember.
like, I used to play a shit ton of that game, so like, I was usually able to like stay on par with them if they weren't like actually like, really like tactical about their movements.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I remember making a lot of them like quit back in the day, but like, if any of them knew what they were doing as far as like moving around the map, like, there's no beating it.
Yeah, it's weird when you play a game a lot and then like the people you play with haven't played it as much as you, and you're just like, because like even when I play like free for alls with you guys, I'm like, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna try to win, but I also don't want to just be camping with a sniper in one spot just because I can.
Mhm.
I did do it the other night, and Wes was like getting mad. He's like, "Dude, come on." I was like, "All right, fine. I'll move over to the other tower and continue to snipe."
Yeah.
But it's like you get some of those, like even in Halo, you get like certain parts of the map that you can jump to and like shortcuts and where your like lines of sight are and things like that.
Yeah,
and it's like you want to not destroy everybody either, so that not like so people don't get frustrated.
Yeah. And it's just like we're playing like Lockout, and I legitimately don't know the map. It's like I'm like, which tower does this one lead to? I don't know.
Plus, it's a small enough map where like the second you spawn, someone's gonna probably have some sort of line of sight on you or see you on the radar or something.
Mm-hmm. That happens like when we play COD, we do gun game. It's just like standard like Counter-Strike sort of gun game where it's like you start off with a pistol, move your way up, and I win like 95% of the time because as soon as it's a competition and I'm playing with my friends, they're not my friends anymore. Like I don't talk. We're on Skype. I don't talk the entire game. I talk shit to them the whole fucking time.
Wait, you don't talk or you're talking shit to them?
Both.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do in Halo, like free for all, is when two guys are duking it out, and they're both like super weak. One of them dies, or no, they're both super weak, and then I throw a grenade in there and like steal both of the kills, or one of them dies, and then I just clean up the other guy.
That's always good.
I used to do that a lot in Halo 3 because like Lone Wolves was ranked, and it was all free for alls, but it was like I don't know if it was 8 players or 6 players or something, but like that's how you would get kills, is you would just find where like people are going at it and like steal kills basically.
Yeah.
And I got like pretty high rank in that playlist just because of that, mostly because I never wanted to rely on like RNG because I always went in solo, so I don't want to like just hope that I get a team that knows what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's always a problem. I remember when we were playing a lot of Halo and even with Gears, you and I would be like number 1 and 2 in either on the team or in the whole game. And then
it's like even if we were sucking though, we'd still be like top of the game somehow.
Right.
It's like, what are these guys?
There was like always a dude, especially in 4v4 Slayer, that had like 1 kill the whole game.
Yeah, he's like 1 in 17 or some shit.
And it was
like
me.
The whole, what's up?
And it was me.
Probably. No,
like I don't get it. Like I got honestly like really good in like Destiny 1. I played a shitload of the multiplayer in that, and it feels a lot like Halo.
It does.
But I'm still really bad at Halo.
Halo's tough, man. That's probably the toughest one for me. Like as far
Halo
as
and Gears are tough. Like they have learning curves for sure.
Yeah.
Just because
Gears is mostly RNG, it seems.
yeah. Well,
Like-
mostly what it is run at guys and get as close to them as you can and then shoot an Asher.
If I get a sniper rifle on Gears, I'm competent. But as soon as I get close range with like a shotgun or something, it's just like, yep, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I think in Gears 1, the sniper rifle would drop guys no matter where you hit them. I'm pretty positive.
If it was the active reload, it would.
Yeah, so it didn't matter where you hit them. It would knock them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it does that in the newer games. I don't think it still drops them anymore. Which is
it
good.
definitely doesn't.
Because in Gears 1, you could just knock their whole team and then be like, now I go like execute one of them, wait for that guy to spawn, kill him again, then I execute the other guy.
Yep.
The best was Warzone because you didn't have to do executions to get kills, so you could just down guys with a Lancer and then finish them off with the snub pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I always played Warzone with like a really short recovery time. So if you get downed, it's only like 5 seconds or something, and you can get back up.
Yeah.
Because it's like if they down you, within that 5 seconds they can finish you off, which they would still get their kill. But if you manage to get behind cover, you should probably. I like having that second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gears is fucking great. Even the newer games are really smooth. It's just like they all feel the same.
Yeah.
So it's like there's not really any major changes to them. Which in one way is great. Because when a game nails something. Right. But I feel like when a game does it right, why change it? But also, you kind of have to change it. So it's like a weird spot. And that's what Halo went through.
Well, it's if you're not going to change the game, why not just have expansion passes?
Yeah.
Don't even worry about making it a new game.
Yeah. Or periodically release different game modes or playlists or whatever. Have constantly updating playlists.
Yeah.
Because it's just not going to hold people over.
Yep. You got to create it as a service rather than as a game.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about, I guess, the original Xbox Live 1.0 is coming back, which is interesting to me because, so you could grab your old Xbox and start playing online. But what I think it's actually for is because they're doing so much with back compatibility. Yeah. That they're trying to go, okay, let's make all these games back compatible and we'll let people play these online as well.
Yeah.
Which is a good move, I think. I didn't see any reason why they should have pulled the servers down in the first place. I mean, it's fucking Microsoft.
Yeah.
That story about the Halo 2 guys, though, the two guys that were in that Halo 2 server for 2 or 3 years or some shit, because they were the last, they were trying to stay in the game so that they wouldn't shut down the Halo 2 servers because they couldn't shut them down while there were still players in it. So they just had a game running in the servers for years. They just left their Xboxes on because they didn't want the servers.
Never lost power once.
No, I don't know. They must have traded off who was in it and shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's dedication, and you're not even playing the game.
Since we were just talking about sort of games releasing periodically as a service or whatever, I've been reading about this game that's coming out holiday 2020. It's called Outriders, and it's a tactical shooter with some RPG elements to it or whatever. And it's made by the people that did Bulletstorm.
Oh, that game was underrated, I felt like.
Yeah, wicked underrated.
It came out between Gears 3 and 4 or some shit, and it was pretty cool with the leash and all that shit. And no one played it because they were like, "What? We're just gonna wait for Gears."
Yeah. But So they're talking about releasing it as like a sort of service thing. Like when the game launches, it's going to have like this many missions or whatever, and then like every so many weeks they're planning on like releasing like another like mission or two, and just progressively like like keep updating it or whatever.
Yeah.
With new shit.
Well,
And
that's
one of the things that made me think of it beyond just us bringing this up or whatever was the trailer for it uses Zealand Ardor for like the background music for it. So I thought I'd tell Jake.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those games, it's tough being a developer that's going to do that kind of shit too, though, because it's like you got to be constantly committed and planning ahead. Because Destiny tried to do it once Activision left, and people started not liking, because it's like they were trying to do stuff every week and add things to it every week.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you add stuff to it every week, like that's cool, but is the quality there? Is the question.
Yeah. Like,
It keeps
I
people
definitely
playing,
feel like
I
it should be
guess.
more like, like have like blocks that you come out with, like, just like release like maybe like 4 or 5 missions that like link together in some way at once, and then like,
Yeah.
have a couple months off or something.
Yeah. Warframe does that sort of. They'll put out like a quest line, and then they'll be like, all right, well, in a couple months, here's another quest or whatever.
Right.
You end up with like a reward for it.
Yeah. Like eventually you just get to the point with those games where it's just like, okay, I've done everything. I'll just wait until the next one comes out.
Yeah. And then you hop on and you're like, huh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, where am I at?
I feel like the one thing that something like Destiny or Warframe sort of has going for it is like there's certain things that like you just can't do like quickly. Like you need days in order to do it. So it's like
yeah.
That kind of makes it last a little bit longer. That way they're not just like popping in, playing for 2 days, and then like being like, oh, see you in 3 months.
Yeah, and Warframe sort of forces that on you too. Like they have build times for certain things.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, well, I can't use this gun for 20 whatever hours. So
yeah,
and you kind of stick around and keep playing during that time.
It's like a phone game.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You got to get that energy back. Wait 5 minutes per point.
It's like in a lot of ways I don't like that, but on phone games I sort of do, because it keeps me from playing a game on my phone all fucking day.
Yeah. But then if you get a high enough level on it, it's just like, okay, now I've got like 100 energy that I can use, and it's just like I never run out.
Yeah.
And that's the point that I actually stopped playing the phone game. It's like
that was the Final Fantasy one, right?
What's up?
That was the Final Fantasy one, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Golf Battle.
Like I played the Final Fantasy one, and I played like the Fire Emblem one. Wow. And like eventually it just got to a point where it's just like, okay, I could basically just play this forever. I might as well play an actual video game. Yeah. I'm not just killing 15 minutes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only a couple games on my phone that I still really like play that are time gated. But it's like it only takes me a couple minutes to do it. It almost feels like it's a chore too. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I gotta open up my phone in a couple minutes and do that thing.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back.
He's going to the bathroom.
I thought he said go to bed. That's why I was confused.
All right, I gotta go to bed. Be right back. Just leaves it on. It goes to sleep right behind his chair. We watch him sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Krusty Ass about the Krusty Cam. See if that happens. See if that goes down. I mean, it would take him no effort, you know. He just has to record for a second. Couple minutes. So
It's so fucking hot in my apartment. I cannot right now, bro.
what you should do is like, those little, those little fucking, the little mist fans.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. I fucking
Should
knew
get
you were
one
gonna
of
say
those.
that.
Because they're so fucking hilarious. Because what really happens is the mist tries to shoot through the fan, but it just hits the back of the fan, and
Yeah.
and then nothing happens. The
It
little
doesn't
foam fan.
fast enough, and they're like foam.
Yeah, they're hilarious, dude. People carry those around at like amusement parks or whatever, and they're just spraying like lukewarm water on themselves with a fan that is doing nothing. Like it's putting out less like breeze than the actual breeze.
It's pretty great though.
I love watching people do that. It's hilarious.
I want to get one of those big misters that they use at like sporting events.
Dude, I was talking about that at work. I was like, we need to install a mister like right outside the warehouse so I could just walk through it all the time. They can't be that expensive. You just hook up a water line.
Yeah. Water's not expensive.
No. It's essentially free. But like, yeah. Or I could just get one of those water bottle things with the fan on it.
Yes.
With warm water in it.
I mean, warm water still probably feels better than the hot air.
Yeah, it's the evaporation that gets you. That's what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I do that regularly anyway. I just go in the bathroom or whatever and just grab a bunch of cold water and just splash myself and just leave it there.
Yeah.
I'm playing Skate 3 now. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
Nah.
No.
It's a pretty cool game.
What do you skate or something like that?
Yeah, something. I don't understand it.
Like
yet.
ice?
I've only played it for like a couple of hours. I'm not actually sure what I'm skating on.
Yeah.
I just know I'm skating.
Oh.
You could be roller skating for all you know.
Be wicked fucking cool if that was the case. I think it'd be cool if it was ice skates but on concrete because you're just that powerful.
Didn't they have one that was had rollerblading in it?
Yeah, it was called shit. Oh,
I think it wasn't just rollerblading though. Like it was for like PS1 or some shit.
Rocket League or Rocket Power.
2 Extreme, and then there was 3 Extreme.
I was thinking of Jet Set Radio and Aggressive Inline. That's the one I played, Aggressive Inline.
I think I played
Jet Set
Aggressive
Radio's
Inline
dope.
too. Jet Set Radio is cool. I have that on Steam.
I had this game. It was fucking awful. Look at this.
That's pretty aggressive.
Oh.
But look at how bad look at how bad it is though.
Well, that's the thing is all these games were just trying to be Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that even the fucking menu looks like Tony Hawk.
Look at how punk that shit is, bro.
That's
it had to have been a Neversoft game.
Maybe.
Acclaim oh wait, no. Developed by Z Axis. That's how you know they're punk rock, bro.
Z Axis.
I didn't
look at
He Googles Z Axis and he just gets some.
Okay, so there's Aggressive Inline. They did X-Men the official game.
And they did the Dave Mirra freestyles.
Oh wow, dude, we're dealing with some fucking pros. They also did BMX XXX. That game was fucking cool.
BMX.
Is that a BMX sex game?
It's a fucking BMX game where you play as like porn stars and strippers and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, and their tits are out the whole time. I don't know did it ever release? I don't remember if it actually ever came out. Oh, it did actually come out. They were supposed to release an uncensored version, and then it got taken off the shelves.
Oh my god, this is bad.
BMX XXX.
I don't know if this is the one I'm thinking of. So there's 2 Extreme and then there's 3 Extreme.
Are you thinking of Ridge Racer?
No. I don't remember some of these. Like when I go back and look at some of the PS3 games or PS1 games, I don't remember them being this bad looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know
Let's see if I can.
Like, yeah, like I went back and played Jet Moto 3.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh god, that game looks bad.
Look at this, how bad this is.
Wow, that's like not what I was thinking of.
It looks like a fucking Super Nintendo game almost. But it had skateboarding, and then it had BMX, and it had surfing, and it had inline skating. And that was the gimmick. Oh my god. It's like mountain biking. It's not even.
He flew
that's
so
not even
fucking
surfing.
far on that ramp.
It's snowboarding, not even surfing. I thought it was surfing.
Maybe there's also surfing.
I miss Cool Borders, man. We talk about it every episode now. I fucking miss Cool Borders.
I'm telling you, you gotta play.
No.
Huh?
No.
All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm getting it out of the way now.
Okay.
I just want Cool Borders back, bro.
It's called Snow.
I thought it was called Steep.
No. It's on Steam. I think it's early access. But it plays a lot like the Cool Borders games. Huh?
Huh?
I don't know. He's really close to the camera. I don't know what he's doing.
Who, me?
Yeah, like I figure you're trying to look for something if you're that close.
Oh.
He's in like search mode.
No, Mark and Aaron messaged me that they were down to get on, but I didn't see the message in time. They messaged me at 10 to 11. I messaged them at 10 after. I said, "What's your Skype?" Haha. And they didn't say anything, but they read it.
Classic Reddit.
Classic.
I was on Reddit today and I scrolled through Lucha Underground, like the Lucha Underground subreddit, because and I was like, I have to watch all of these classic fucking Lucha Underground matches. And I forgot how nasty their ring work was. They were so goddamn good. There was a match that was like Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, and Drago. And like the spots that they have in that match, it's like half of the spots that they have in that match, you wouldn't even be allowed to do half of the stuff in WWE. Like Michinoku drivers and shit, like modified Michinoku drivers.
Right.
It's like they're not even allowed to do those things.
My favorite is the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
Which you're never doing ever again.
Well, there was like they do a lot of, like, even AEW does them, like a lot of like moves where you'll have the guy land on your knees. So like you'll land on your back with your knees up. They do a lot of those in like Lucha Libre and AEW and stuff like that. But WWE doesn't seem to allow a lot of it. Jericho does like a code breaker. I think he uses his knees with the code breaker. But like that's Jericho too. It's like let Jericho do it. But I think Jericho's with AEW now too, so. But Jericho to me was like, I think Jericho's probably my favorite, like of all time. Yeah, probably.
Even more.
Just like he was like overall like just he was good at everything. He was like good in the ring. He was like a fucking just hilarious. Like he was a good talker.
Yep.
And like he had this like weird like confidence that was like over the top. Like he was always like full of himself and shit. He was a great like he was just good as a heel. And then,
Oh.
you know, like there was guys that were the same. You know, Austin was like that. He was a heel basically, but he just became a babyface because everybody fucking loved him.
Yeah.
Right. It's like there's a lot of guys that were in there for a super long time. Like they're legends of the sport, but like had to do nothing as far as like outside of ring work.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
Undertaker.
Yeah, he never had to talk. Yeah,
He
he
just
didn't
had
have
to
talk.
walk slow and menacingly.
Yeah. I mean, Lesnar doesn't even have to talk because like they have a mouthpiece for him. They have,
Yep.
you know, Paul Heyman does it all. And for the Undertaker, it was mostly Paul Bearer. And then even when he didn't have Paul Bearer, it was just Undertaker didn't say things. He just kind of appeared in the ring or whatever, and then he's like, "Oh, chokeslam," and then he leaves, and then a pay-per-view happens.
Yeah.
He's non-lethal Michael Myers.
Yeah. Well, there were guys like that were just good in the ring. Like Rob Van Dam was really good in the ring, didn't talk a lot. Jeff Hardy was really good in the ring, didn't talk a lot. And it's like if you're good enough in the ring, you don't necessarily have to. You know, like I mean, Edge and Christian were the guys that like sort of started doing that. Like they were pretty big personalities.
Yeah.
In that tag team division, and the Dudley Boys were pretty good at it too back then.
I love the Dudley Boys, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to get the tables, you know, and they figured that they probably might as well do it.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other awesome tag teams. D-Generation X was always fucking
Yeah, I was
great.
just gonna say like that DX was amazing with Shawn Michaels and Triple H because like Triple H, like he had two different personalities. He had like Triple H, and then he had DX Triple H, where he was just like fuck everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was like the renegade kind of guy.
Yep, that's the one I liked.
Yeah. That was great because they would do like the WCW invasion and shit, and they go out on the street and they go into the other arena. But Shawn Michaels was good at it too, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I missed that.
Shawn Michaels is my favorite heel of all time.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels is great.
He's not my Edge is my favorite of all time. Shawn Michaels is second place for sure.
Well, it's like it was like you almost. It's like you want the company to do stuff like that, like they did back in the Attitude Era, because like that shit was so entertaining and like and you didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. It was off the wall all the time.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if they could pull it off. Like it's not like the same era, because back then it was like this weird like punk rebel like skateboarding fucking era where everybody was into that kind of thing.
Yeah, like it was like the X-Files or the X Games era, not the
X-Files. Yeah. WWF X-Files edition.
WWX Files. I'd watch the shit out of that, dude. Ice-T, isn't it? So it's just SVU.
I'll tell you what, Scully.
WWE SVU. That's what I want to fucking watch.
I watched a clip of Bert Kreischer in what show was it? It was like one of those cop dramas, like The Shield or some shit.
Oh yeah, he was in The Shield.
And it's just so Bert, he plays like just a dude who's like jerking off outside his own house, like looking through the window at his wife getting banged by a big black dude.
So he was method acting. He was method acting, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I mean, that is the role to cast him for sure.
Yeah. Did I say Bert Kreischer? I meant to say Burnt Chrysler.
The most racist comedian on the internet.
I love when Tom does like his impersonation of him, like that really high voice, like the.
Yes.
So good how he does that. I don't know how he even does that. I don't think I'd be able to get my voice that high.
I probably could.
You gotta work on it though.
Give it a go.
My impressions are always the best. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I just have pretty good impressions.
I haven't been drinking, so I can't do my Norm Macdonald impression.
You need a drink to do that?
Yeah, dude, I really do. It's the only way it works.
All right.
Same with my Doug Stanhope impression. I have to be drinking and or having a cigarette.
You're trying to say if I, ordered a Belgian waffle, I would be a Belgian guy, or like that fucking dude when he was on Conan and he does that fucking thing. He does it for like 6 minutes. He goes on, like there's no joke there either. He just keeps going on about it.
Yeah,
it's so good. I watched Rogan today, and I guess Norm is doing a podcast again. And Rogan was saying he was going to be like the first guest on it. I forget who the guest was that was on Rogan. It's the guy who used to do the podcast with Norm.
Adam Egget?
Yes, Adam Egget. But they were talking about doing the one with Norm again, which is pretty awesome because just give me like content. Give me Norm Macdonald content.
Yeah. He's the only one I want to hear anything from, really.
Yeah.
He's just always way too funny for no reason. That's what's so good about him.
It's like it's funny because he doesn't seem like he's trying at all, and he just pulls it off.
Well, I think it was because he's really good friends with all the SNL guys, and like David Spade and him are best friends. And
Mhm.
David Spade was talking about how like that's just who he is all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's not an act. He's
Rogan.
That's why no one hangs out with him because he's just that all the time.
Yeah, Rogan told a story on there, and I think he's told it a couple times where he like had just coincidentally sat next to Norm on a plane a couple times. Yeah. And the second time they were just having a conversation about like how Norm had quit smoking and all this shit. And then they get off the plane and Norm goes into like a convenience store like in the airport and just buys a cigarette. Buys a pack of cigarettes, and Joe's like, what are you doing, man? I thought you said you quit smoking. And Norm goes like, he's like, I don't know, all this talk about smoking, it kind of made me want one. It's like the guy like lives that style of comedy. It's so crazy.
Yeah. In some ways, it's like, can you even define it as comedy at that point? If it's not like
it's like that's just kind of who he is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
he's just a public speaker.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like he's turning it on or off. Like it just seems like it's always on.
Yeah. I love the story he had about somebody was telling a story about him where he like went gambling and he lost a shit ton of money. And he was pissed and he was bitching about it. And then he went back the next day and he lost. But he lost thousands of dollars both days. But the second day was thousands less than what he lost the first time. He's like, guys, I had a good night. What can I say? And it's like, could have lost 40 like yesterday, but I only lost 35,
That's one way to look at it. You're not really in the green, but like you're doing better. You had a net win, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, he just
that's kind of how people who gamble look at things too, though.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, yeah, sure, I bought like 20 scratch-offs, but I won one.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's how they hook you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you won one that's like the value of what you paid for it.
Yeah.
Or like maybe double. So you won like $8.
That's the thing that like blows my mind though, is like, how are scratch offs fun for people?
Well, you get to scratch them.
But it's like,
yeah, that's all.
There are people that legitimately buy like 20 a week.
Yeah.
And you know who it is? It's whoever the guy is that was in front of me in line at the gas station. That's the guy who was buying them.
It's also
doesn't matter which gas station or whatever. It's the guy that's the guy.
It's also the same guy that as a kid loved Shadow the Hedgehog. That's
yes.
Yeah, if I go into Garofalo's or
the only way I'm gonna bail them out is if I win on this lottery ticket.
They're buying scratch off tickets and Winston Golds. And
they don't ever know which lotto tickets they want to get either, like until they get there.
Yeah, they're getting lotto tickets and like the Kmart of cigarettes.
That stuff irritates me anyway, though. It's like even when you go through a drive-through or something, you're waiting behind somebody. And they're just like, yeah, just give me a second. And then it's like another 3 minutes or some stupid shit. Like, if your order doesn't take 30 to 40 seconds, like, what are you doing? Figure it out before. Figure it out before you get there, and then tell people what you want.
Just do what I do and get the same thing every time because that's what you want.
And then all you have to say is the usual.
Yeah, give me the huge. Sir, this is a Wendy's in Fairport. I don't even know who you are.
But you know what I want.
Yeah.
I just want the usual.
Well, call the home office, get the number for the Oswego Taco Bell, or for the Oswego Wendy's.
Yeah.
Ask for Jamal, and he'll tell you the huge. Like 5 minutes later.
Please pull ahead.
It's like, oh, you just wanted a number one? Like, you know the numbers.
Just
you know the numbers are universal, right? Like,
you could have just said one, and then the size. Well, people don't even do that though. They don't even use the numbers. Sometimes they're just like, I'm getting this combo or whatever. I need the Dave's double combo minus pickles.
Minus Dave. Give me Dave's combo, but make sure there's no Dave in it.
Yeah.
I avoid the combos, so I never say like a combo number because it's just like I don't want to drink.
I don't either. I never want it.
So I have to specify like every specific thing.
Yep. And it's like I don't know if it really costs you any less to buy the combos. Because I mean I'm getting a drink that I'm not gonna use. So
yeah. That's what you do with drinks is use them.
Yeah, I don't use it. I mean, if they give me a drink, what the fuck? Like, I'm just going to pour it out or something.
Yeah.
Because they don't have anything that's not loaded with sugar at any of those drive-thrus.
Yeah.
I like with DoorDash that there's all these different combinations you can get with things from DoorDash. Specifically with McDonald's that like you would never think to ask for, but it's on the menu.
Yep.
Yeah. Dave was telling me to order McDonald's through DoorDash and get double meat on the chicken snack wraps, so you get 2 chicken tenders.
You can do the that?
Snack wrap. That's what he was saying. And I was like, I have to immediately do that because the snack wraps are awesome.
Yep. I read this article the other day that was about this one pizza shop or whatever that they didn't know that they were on DoorDash, but apparently DoorDash was doing some sort of thing to sort of test them out to see if they're worth going into business in with.
What?
And so they were doing this weird promotion thing where it was they would buy. People would buy a $24 large pizza or sheet pizza from there or whatever, and DoorDash was only charging $16 for it. So DoorDash was paying the extra amount of money to see gather sort of intel on how well this place does business.
Holy
and
shit.
If people keep ordering shit through there, then they'll seek out a partnership. Well, so the owner of the place is like, all right, I'll have my friends order a shit ton of pizzas, and like they'll pay, and like I'll pay for it. Like, so he was paying $16 to get 24 from DoorDash, like repeatedly, and like at one point, like his friends were like, we don't want these pizzas. And so like he was just shipping like boxes with the dough, and like the drivers never like opened the boxes to see that it was just like cooked dough in there. So
That's
like
insane.
they weren't even paying for like the ingredients other than the dough. So like they're making so much fucking money off of DoorDash.
Did DoorDash
like,
keep them or no?
And I'm pretty sure like DoorDash ended up like putting them on, like extending an offer to them later on. So it was like they demonstrated their business prowess by faking purchases.
That's fucking genius.
Wow. Like,
and
well,
making
first
like
of all,
several grand off of DoorDash.
well, first of all, you'd think that DoorDash shouldn't be necessarily allowed to do that in the first place.
That
To just list you on their app, and then, I mean, yeah, they're paying the difference,
Yeah.
but like it seems almost like a violation of like data.
that happened to Garofalo's. I was talking to Rock and Joey about it one day when DoorDash was first starting out here in Oswego.
Yep.
And they were like all of a sudden all day getting like orders, and just people were packed in Garofalo's, and they were like, why the fuck are we making so many orders? And then people are just leaving, but the same people kept coming in and ordering shit and leaving. Like, in just...
Right.
So they were super confused. They were listed on DoorDash without anybody even telling them.
Yeah.
Just for like a whole week or two, they're like getting slammed with all these orders, having like 3 or 4 people behind the counter at a time, when normally it's like 2. Like, so yeah. And
Yeah, that to me seems completely not.
he wasn't happy about it. The deal they ended up doing was pretty much makes you not want to order Garofalo's through DoorDash, because it's like $5 for delivery or some shit. It's like $4.99 for delivery.
Yeah,
I still totally do it because it's fucking Garofalo's food and it's delivered to my house.
Yep.
Yeah, then you don't have to go in that fucking crazy ass looking building.
Oh, fuck off. I love it there. That place is my favorite.
You don't have to wait for the person buying their lottery tickets.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's the only other place. It's Garofalo's, and then like any gas station ever.
He still has like an Affliction t-shirt. Like,
yeah. Or it's like just some guy buying like Reese's or some shit. Like, why? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's never anything important. And then every time I go in there, I'm just buying a 30 rack. So I have to stand in line holding a fucking 30 rack while this guy buys lotto tickets.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, it seems like it shouldn't even be, you shouldn't be allowed to just list a business on your app with no consent to it.
yeah.
It seems weird that they can just do that. Like, yeah, they're paying the difference.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, number one, they're drawing unnecessary traffic, which I guess is good for that business in a way.
It should be.
Yeah.
You'd think, anyways.
I mean, it must be legal because they're doing it. But
Well,
that's
and
one of
also
those
certain
things.
places are only available to DoorDash during certain hours of the day, and they can unlist themselves. So if they're too busy already, they just take themselves off.
Right. Or just act like they're closed. They close all the doors, close all the windows, the blinds.
I'm trying to think of who does that. I think La Paria is one place, and Skips is another one. Where like Skips had this big thing a few weeks ago where I was some promotion or something for COVID, where it was like order a haddock dinner and get another one half off. Well, you couldn't get that through DoorDash. You had to go there and pick it up.
Yeah.
You got to risk the corona if you want the deal.
Dude, it's so worth it. Skips is
the risk it.
Fish I've ever had. Like, not even. It's so good.
Just wear one of those cool bandanas with a skull on it over your face.
It's got Shadow the
and
Hedgehog.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you gotta get the Shadow the Hedgehog bandana.
Yeah. Well,
and the Shadow the Hedgehog chain wallet. And
dude, I mean, they even have UFC masks now. Did you see those?
Yeah.
They make UFC like medical masks.
With what? Just the logo?
It just says UFC on it. Like, why would you buy that?
Wait, is it like the Reebok UFC or is it just UFC?
I don't know. Reebok mask.
Is the UFC listed on DoorDash with their consent?
No, I think the DoorDash just put them on there.
Awesome. I'll take
face coverings is what they call it.
But they're surgical masks.
Let me see if I can get it. There. Oh, free shipping on orders of 75 or more.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that one's cool though. That one's got like a tile.
$25 though?
$25. It's a good deal. You get
plus
they're
shipping.
reusable. They're reusable. And it's all three of them. Well, if you get $75 or more, you don't have to pay for shipping.
I mean, I guess.
So you just pay another you just buy a bunch of random shit. Let's see what else they got.
You just buy 9 masks.
Yeah, you just buy championship belts. Oh my god, they're $800.
Do they have the old one or is it only the new one? Yeah, there it is.
That's the old one.
The old one is so much better, dude.
$650, dude. I have a foam Pride belt. It's not the same as that though. All right, let's see what kind of socks they got. $20
for a pair of socks.
Is it per sock? How many do you get?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's a pair. It doesn't say anything else. Color white, even though these are clearly black.
Yeah.
Cool Max though. It's got Cool Max tech.
Which means it just has holes in it.
Right. Yeah, those are sick holes though.
I want cool Max goof tech.
It only fits sizes 9 to 10.5.
That's so specific.
Why?
That's so insane. $25. These are good though. These are the low cut ones.
They're too small for me, dude.
These are one size fits all. So
yeah,
that's what you want. Though.
So if you got big feet, you really see the stretch on them.
Yeah,
you really see those holes.
They're not even black anymore. They're just like gray.
Yeah. No, Wes is on his last game, so.
Oh, he's on his last game. Oh no. I don't think we should let him in.
Oh, I already added him to the call.
Oh boy.
That's exhausting.
Well, that ruins it all. We should put Wes on DoorDash.
Yeah.
And then like have a bunch of people show up at his house. They're like, what? I saw all the deals. We just list all of his belongings on DoorDash as items to sell. I've been thinking about selling my my old Spider like half stack.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck am I gonna do with it?
I don't know. Start a band?
We should just start a band, yeah. We could call him Ethernet. Ethernets.
Yeah.
Or we could call it Ethernauts.
Could.
Or just Ethernauts. That works too.
What is that? That reminds me. What is that?
They were like this. They were from like this area. They were on the radio once in a while.
Really?
Yeah. They played like hard rock and heavy metal.
Yeah.
Well, it was more like soft rock and heavy metal.
Yeah. It
Well,
was
it was more
like
like
Genesis
soft rock.
meets Opeth.
Yeah. Meets Coheed and Cambria.
Which is what one guy said about them when they went on stage.
I always thought it was funny though, like when people would ask what we sounded like, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. Because Coheed was the only thing that I could think of that was close.
Right. I would say like Coheed or Deer Hunter or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And then if they didn't know those, it'd be like,
They
well,
don't
we're like a progressive rock group. You know, it varies a lot, but
And then they're like, oh, like Rush.
and it's just like, not quite as technical, but yeah.
Yeah. But we do play Spirit of the Radio all the time. and then we encore with YYZ. We did it every time, every show.
Yeah.
I think the only covers we did were Drive by Incubus. And we did
Sentimental.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And we did at every practice we did Kryptonite by Three Doors Down.
Yep.
Just for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably. I think what actually happened was I would just start playing it, and I did that so many times that like Spencer would just go, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go along with this," and then everybody else was just like, "We're gonna." Everybody else was just like, "All right, we're gonna learn it," and then we just play the whole song eventually.
Yeah.
Which one is that? I see the walk under the rock side of the moon. That one?
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it would be like to be with you. I said it's a good time, no matter how nor when, as long as we...
I love how those aren't the lyrics, but like you hit like the rhymes. Like you hit like
Yeah.
As long as you'll be my friend at the end.
That's right.
Like as long as he like stays off as much as he does, like you're never gonna risk like a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, he's also not like on pitch either, really, completely.
No, it's all intentional.
Crazy girl, will you still call me Shadow the Hedgehog? What do you think? What do you think? That band is up to now. What is that band? Kryptonite. Who did that?
Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down.
Did they have any other songs besides that?
They were
yeah,
a big
they did,
deal,
but like none of them were remotely as big.
That song was huge. Like that was actually a gigantic song.
Well, it was about Superman.
Yeah, it was in Heroes, bro.
Yeah.
I see you walk out to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, they had Here Without You.
I'm here without you, baby.
Wait, that was
Just
them?
go with me in my dreams. I'm here without you, baby, and I'm here without you all the time.
I don't think that was it.
Without you, baby, and you're still with me without me. I'm here within you. Who did Inside Your Head? Looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed.
That's
you know, I'm gonna say it feels like forever.
No.
What the fuck are they called? It's
Puddle of Mud.
No, that one's Corey Taylor from Slipknot's other band.
Wait.
No, because Puddle of Mud did Blurry. Can you take it all away?
No, wait. What was
that one?
Inside Your Head? That was Gorillaz.
No, I don't think that's. Gorillas. I actually like Gorillas.
You got to move it, baby. You've got to kick it almost all the
It was Stone Sour.
Stone Sour.
Kick it almost all the time.
Oh my god. There's that one song. If I ever see the southern coast, will it actually be the southern coast? Because you never know, really.
You really don't. We didn't even know.
I never know, really. Just breaks off into like a Norm Macdonald bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went down the other day. I went down to the southern coast, but is it southern to me or southern to you? I don't know. It's I didn't have a compass out. How do I know how south I was?
Yeah. That was our hit. That was our big hit. That was our opener. We opened with our big hit.
I love another day
was our opener.
goes by, glycerine, and I don't know what I'm doing. The change of heart, or whatever the fuck. He doesn't say that. What the fuck does he say?
He probably doesn't say that.
I played some Kingdom Hearts, glycerine.
That's actually what it was.
Oh.
And I can never beat Sephiroth.
What is glycerine? What is that?
They put it in. It's like a chemical that they use for shit. I don't fucking know, bro. I think it's like
humectant, which is a substance that retains moisture. So what does that tell me?
It prevents breakouts and improves the overall health of the skin. The fuck does that mean?
Oh shit! So this guy really likes skin, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
What was that? We were meant to live for so much more, but we lost ourselves. Remember that song? We
Sounds
were
familiar,
meant
but I don't know it.
We were meant to live. Dun 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 bow dun 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 bow. Ba-dum, da-dum, da-dum. I think it was by Quicksand.
Quicksand.
Quicksand. Don't name your band. Never name your band that for sure. Quicksand. Let's talk about the worst band names ever.
Quicksand.
Okay, number one. Quicksand.
I don't know.
I mean, Limp Bizkit is definitely up there.
Limp Bizkit is weird as shit. Korn is pretty stupid.
Korn is also a terrible name.
What the bay?
Lit was a terrible name.
Lit?
Who?
Yeah.
Lit?
It was a 90s band.
Of course it was, Brian.
It's a lot of them, I would say, are probably like those metalcore bands.
Like A Day to Remember.
Yeah. As I Lay Dying.
Yeah. The Black Dahlia Murder. Imagine
there's a lot of bands that are just like verb the noun, and you know that every single one of them is like a hardcore or screamo band.
Verb the noun. Just call the band Verb the Noun.
Honestly, you should.
Because then you cover all the bases.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smash
Instant
the Pumpkins.
Annihilator. Like, how can you call your band fucking the Black Dahlia Murder and for a split second ever take yourself seriously?
I don't think they did take themselves seriously.
No.
No, they were goofy fucks. They're still around, I think.
What if you just put a the?
They're pretty good.
Like,
I like them a lot.
what if you just put a the in between like your name? You know what I mean? So you do like a dying the fetus or like a
Bless the Fall. That's
Foo the Fighters.
Pierce the Veil.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that those are screamo bands.
Good the Charlotte. Iced the Earth.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Well, what about what if you do Lamb of God? Because what do you do? Lamb of the God?
The Lamb of the God.
Or how about Lamb of the God?
The Lamb of the God.
That's not bad. My Chemical the Romance.
It's Romance the Chemical or Romance My Chemical.
The Chemical Romance.
Romance My Chemical.
Fuck, that's such a stupid goddamn name too. My Chemical Romance. What songs did they do? Why are they such a big deal?
They had a couple songs, I guess.
Bands like My Chemical Romance,
My Chemical Romance, Ghost of You. I think that's all I know.
No, not enough for me.
I don't even think any of those are very good.
3 Days Grace. Remember 3 Days Grace? I'm breaking a habit.
That's Linkin Park. Linkin the Park.
Yeah. Oh, which one was 3 Days Grace?
That's tough.
I've become so numb.
Also Linkin Park. And Linkin Park was fucking dope. Fuck you.
Let's start a riot. A fucking riot. Let's start a riot. That's 3 Days Grace.
Is it?
Sure.
I think so.
I don't know.
It was in
it was I hate everything about
7.
I Hate Everything About You is the worst song name ever.
I hate everything up. Oh, Drowning Pool was a fucking bad band.
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies. let the bodies hit the. I'm here without you, baby, and the bodies are starting to hit the floor.
How about Simple
It's
the Plan?
Trapped
is bad, yeah.
Are we just on like K-Rock's fucking website?
Yeah.
Yeah. krock.biz/bands.
krock.ag.
Shadows of the Fall. That's pretty good. I mean, I almost feel like you need a colon on some of these. Like Shadows, the Fall.
You know what? I'm not even going to do it. I already ran Shadow into the ground.
Hawthorne, the Heights. Graydon, the Square. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Clip the Ing.
Well, it would be Square the Graydon.
I mean, it could be if you're in Japan. If you're in...
you got to verb the noun.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's true. Well, I don't know. Guns N' Roses is kind of a stupid fucking name, too.
That's not bad.
They were sick, though, bro.
I mean, it's like, it's generic now.
Yeah.
But, like, at the time, it was fine.
I think they like that it was like peace and violence, like the contrast.
Yeah.
Well, plus they were all named after Guns N' Roses, like Axl Rose.
What is
Slash.
POD? What is POD supposed to stand for?
Pillar of Despair.
Is that really?
That can't be right.
Pick of Destiny? I don't fucking know, bro.
their band name is
Payable.
Payable Blood was already taken, so they're Pile of Dirt.
Payable on Death.
Okay, well, I can see why they abbreviated it.
They're a Christian band.
Yep.
We are the youth of the nation. We are the youth of the nation. We are the youth of the nation. We are the youth of the nation.
Are we?
We are the youth of the nation. We are the youth of the nation.
Oh, that's what's
Okay.
going on here.
Yeah, well, we're trying to figure out what the worst band names of all time are.
Made up or actually real.
Like
Yeah.
actually real bad band names.
Cinderella is kind of stupid.
Killathon takes the cake, dude.
Bullet for My
I'm
Valentine.
also singing old, like early 2000s songs and getting all the lyrics wrong, but keeping the melody the same.
Yeah. How about Bullet for My Valentine? That's pretty up there, right?
It's pretty bad.
Bowling for Soup is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's fucking awful.
I feel like that's like intentionally bad though.
Yeah, that's probably true. Panic at the Disco. That's not great.
More
No.
like fucking trash band. Fallout
6
Boy.
Feet Under. 6 Feet Under is pretty lame.
Yeah.
How about Dogs Die in Hot Cars? That's the actual band name.
Are you connected to my YouTube search again?
He's just looking up your YouTube history.
Kids get hurt badly.
18 Jack.
I found an Instagram account called Kids Getting Hurt.
Please share.
Yeah.
Share.
Steelheart.
Camp.
What
The
about
Goo Goo Dolls.
yeah, that's pretty bad. How about Taking Back Sunday?
Pretty bad.
I never understood that one.
Nickelback.
That's
Oh,
a great fucking name. You know it.
Why is it
Yeah.
a great name?
There's a story behind it.
Okay.
He's right.
Yeah. Chad Krieger,
Stain.
Chad Krieger worked at a Subway sandwich store, and they had a deal where you get a sub, and it was $4.95, and then people would pay with a $5, and then they would get a nickel back.
Do you guys want to know a fun fact? The band Creed, they were gonna originally be named Naked Toddler. That's
Really?
a real thing. I'm looking at an article, so it's got to be real. It's RollingStone.com.
We need rollingstone.ag.
What about Stained?
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's with an apostrophe D.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
been a
when
Or
since I could
Breaking
breathe
Benjamin.
without you by my side. It's been a while without you sitting next to me,
I don't think
asking me how I am. And
Well, so
anything I can
does it make
remember.
does it make the band way worse if they spell it wrong on purpose? You know what I mean? Like, because with Korn, it spelled it with a K and a backwards N.
I mean, to me, it just implies that they're retarded.
The K was backwards.
I thought it was the R that was backwards.
Oh, maybe it was the R backwards.
Or
yeah.
was it the 0?
Yeah, the
Spelled with a
O
zero.
was backwards.
I mean, Godsmack is a terrible fucking name.
Yeah,
Dude,
you're right.
Godsmack is so good though. Dude,
Yeah,
fuck.
Godsmack's a bad name. Yeah.
You speak to me, I speak the truth. Oh, make your peace some other way here.
Well, that's not the one I would have.
I don't mind Godsmack, but I hate the name.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
yeah. I never knew.
Well, that's not the song I would have.
believe that you're fucking me.
It's not the song
Jake,
I would have
swear to
thought
God,
of.
your middle name is Jarl. Jake Jarl Jones.
Jarl the Jones.
Like, Jake Jarl Jones sounds like a sword version of James Earl Jones. So I like it.
How about Less Than Jake? That's not a great band name either.
No.
Oh.
Papa Roach.
I never acknowledged how bad that name was.
Dude, Papa Roach is hilarious because they were like, let's try to play gent music. And then they were like, they released an album. And it was just awful. Don't hurt your ears by doing that.
Yeah.
What, like, don't listen to it?
Yeah, don't listen to it. He's already listening to it.
Way ahead of you.
Perfect.
What song did Papa Roach do?
They did Blood Brothers.
Cut my life into pieces.
Oh, yeah.
This is my Papa Roach.
This is my last ear of corn. Suffocation. No breathing.
Well, they also did a bunch of gent songs. So, take it or leave it. Oh, they did that Scars. They did Scars too.
Huh?
Tear my heart open. That one. So myself shut.
And I didn't even notice. Slamming the goddamn door, you know. And
No, that's Panic at the Disco.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Something that we have never heard of.
I thought that was Fall Out Boy.
Slamming the goddamn door.
I think it's Panic. Oh, maybe it is. They're the same guys.
Dance, dance, you're pulling me up.
No, Fall Out Boy did Sugar We're Going Down.
Sugar, we're going
Yeah,
down.
that's the only song I know for sure is by that.
Every time any song is mentioned, Jake's like,
yeah, Jake's got
no,
I could do this all night, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Panic at the Disco is a weird band because they were like Fall Out Boy like back in the day, and like now Brendan Urie is just Brendan Urie, so he's just doing like pop, like what current pop music is.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's not even the same. It's not even the same.
More like Brendan Uric Acid because it's all piss.
Right.
True.
I think High Hopes is catchy though. It's a catchy song.
I like
the
YMH.
Is that the Pink Floyd cover?
Yeah. Hot farts for a living.
Hot farts.
Oh my God! Something that we have never heard of. Closing the goddamn door, you hoe!
For a living.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that one's it's a decent song. The guy can sing, I'll give him that much.
Killswitch Engage was kind of a dumb name.
That's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's like a step too forward.
I don't mind it.
I mean, they're like, think about it. They're engaging the kill switch. You know what I mean? So they're killing. They
should have called it "Engage the Kill Switch."
Yeah. I mean, really, their song
it's
titles are worse. Well, yeah, that's true. Their song titles are actually worse though, because it's "My Curse," "The End of Heartache," "This Fire," "This Fire." Unleashed.
Holy Diver. That was a great original piece by them.
Holy Diver.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe Dio covered that.
I know. What a
Gone too long in the midnight sea.
Oh my God.
Dude, Howard over Dio.
Will they be coming for me?
Howie Mandel. That's the singer of Killswitch Engage, right? That's Howie Mandel.
Yep. I don't think so.
That's what I always thought, because people call him Howie online.
Deal, no deal.
Jesus.
These are my germs.
Oh. Is Tool supposed to be an abbreviation for something? Because it's all capitalized.
No.
It's just Tool.
Yep, just Tool. And it's a great fucking name.
What about The Tool?
Ugh. No.
Yes. Yes is a cool name. I like Yes.
Yes, this is a great name.
That's a perfect name. It's quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to forget that, you know?
Sticks.
Sticks.
It's got a
Sticks
Y
also-
and an X in it, dude.
Sticks is great.
What about Ethernauts? I mean, I think it's like a stupid fucking name.
That's how we started this, dude.
So,
Yeah,
oh,
actually,
perfect. Full circle.
Because we were like, I don't know how, we never understood how to tell people what we sound like.
Yeah, it's like ether, but in space.
With like knots.
Few knots.
Motley Crue is a sick name. Just
Yeah.
because it has
Yeah.
the little dots over the O's. The O and the U.
Mounts.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason. The Killers is not a great name. It's pretty generic.
It's with
Well,
a
it's the
Z.
fact that they're not heavy at all is what makes that name great.
Yeah.
It sets up the wrong expectation.
Yeah.
Muse is a good name.
Yeah.
Or Muse. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Muse.
Like, I know I'm probably the only person that listens to this band, but Ancient Fresco is the coolest name ever.
No one.
I can't hear you over what Jake's doing.
I know. He's got to go. The kid's got to go. But
Kid's gotta go.
you just kick him out. He's like, no, look.
But nah, like, Agent Fresco is a super good name.
Agent Fresco. Kind
Yep.
of music.
You know what's not?
It's like a post-rock. Really cool stuff.
How about Hooba Stank?
And like their singer does like this like really weird like falsetto that's like super unique, but it sounds great in my opinion.
I think I love it when bands match exactly what to expect from their music, like explosions in the sky, like
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
full instrumental, you know.
Porcupine.
not-
I think Porcupine Tree does that.
Yeah.
Like you go Porcupine Tree, and it sounds like a progressive rock band.
Yeah.
Rush, even Rush.
You would think that they'd be quicker.
Yeah, that's true. You would think everything would be more up tempo, but
For some
Yeah.
reason, Pink Floyd sounds right. Like when I imagine a band that would be called Pink Floyd, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be this weird trippy.
like how much of that is like the fact that you're conditioned to that, right? Because like even with Led Zeppelin, it's like, oh, I think of Led Zeppelin. It sounds like what Led Zeppelin should sound like, but it's like it's the only thing I've known, and they're a unique sound too.
Well, you could
Yeah.
say that. You could say that with Rush and Porcupine Tree then too. I'm not allowed to make a suggestion. I'm not allowed to.
No, you've done too many falsettos.
You've done enough. I've been here for 15 minutes and you've done enough.
Too many falsettos of Hooba Stank songs.
The Foo Fighters is a dumb fucking name, by the way.
Great
But
band,
I-
dumb name.
Here's what I've made a lot of points. I made this point a bunch of times though. There'd be a lot of Foo around if we didn't have Foo Fighters. You know what I mean? There'd be Foo all over the place.
It'd be out of control.
Yeah.
Like
What kind of name is Paul McCartney? That's fucking stupid.
I don't know, but you're the reincarnation.
I am the reincarnation.
All right, Ringo Starr. Good name or bad name?
Keep it.
I like Ringo.
I like
Yeah,
Ringo
cool.
Starr.
He's
You
a
would
piece
think
of
he would,
shit.
you would think he was the main guy though.
Let's all have
He's the
kids.
star of
I'm
the show.
Ringo Starr. I'm Ringo
Let's-
Starr from the Beatles, baby.
I'm Ringo Starr. Nobody gives a shit about me.
We should all have kids and name them Ringo. We just-
it should be like a play on Ringo, like Ringo and Rango and Rongo.
Jinko. I want Jinko.
There's Ringo, Rongo, Rango. And yeah, I guess Django works. Yeah, I was really drunk when I said I was the reincarnation of Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah. I think that was at Peda's house.
It was.
Which explains why I was very drunk.
Yeah. Because you drank a ton.
I drank a ton. Oh, that was the same night.
It was the same night.
We gotta do that again. We gotta get Joe and then find Nick.
Yep.
If he still exists.
I don't know.
Nick who?
Nick Dunsmore, his name is.
Nick P. Man.
Yeah, Nick Peeman. Peeman.
That's a dumb fucking name.
How about Scorpions?
What about him?
Is
not
that
bad.
one?
The band?
Okay.
Now you're just changing the subject to Scorpion.
We could. Scorpions are sick as shit. Wait.
Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. That's them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah. No,
That's
Scorpions.
their
are
only
badass.
song. That's their only good song.
Balls to the wall.
No one like you.
To the wall. To the wall.
No one like you is a good
Like
song.
a hurricane.
Send me an angel.
Yeah. I think the first time I heard No One Like You was on Rock or Guitar Hero 2. Or Guitar Hero 1 or 2. I know it was on one of those. And I'm pretty positive Rock You Like a Hurricane was on one of them as well.
Guaranteed.
I think it was
Heavy.
Guitar Hero 3. But yeah, Scorpions.
Legends of Rock, which is the best one.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no. Well, I'm not going to say it's Rock the 80s because you're just going to kick me again and boot the recording like you did in the last episode. Because I was recording and I said Rock the 80s was the best one and he kicked me and then it stopped recording.
Did it save it at least?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
What's he doing? He's got his arm somewhere.
I have a blister on my foot. I popped it.
I don't like where his arm is.
I took a needle to it and I poked a hole in it and I squeezed all the liquid out of my blister.
That's how you do it. You put your sock on right after?
No, I just kind of like played with it a little.
Did you know that
Make sure you strap some garbage on that and it'll keep it safe.
Did you know that scorpions have 8 legs and are easily characterized by the pair of grasping pedipalps on and the narrow segmented tail, often carried in a characteristic forward curve over the back, ending with a venomous stinger?
Yep.
Yeah, I did know that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I read all that for nothing.
That's Scorpion.
I started playing Rise of the Tomb Raider the other day.
Arise, Tomb Raider.
I
Tomb
played.
Raider,
Wait,
arise.
hold on.
Because it was on.
That's not the most. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, right?
It was on Steam and it was on sale. Not the latest one.
Not the latest one. I played like 4 hours of it.
I thought Rise of the Tomb Raider was on Game Pass. Maybe it's not on the PC one.
I don't know. I don't have Game Pass, so.
All the Tomb Raiders are on Game
Oh,
Pass.
that's right. Yeah, you bought it through Steam. I was thinking. I keep thinking you got Game Pass for Master Chief Collection.
The graphics are probably my favorite part of the game. I love the way the game looks. Gameplay's solid.
Yeah, but it's like legitimately like
Jesus.
every sort of like situation, no matter how like simple it is the most dire thing ever in the entire game. It's like, yep, climbing up this this like rock face, and it's just like every single thing's just breaking. And fucking like it's just like, oh, finally found like a little cave that I can squeeze into. Oh, my light went out immediately, and then I turned the light back on, and it's just like, oh, there's a skeleton right in front of me, and then there's just fucking scorpions, like 30 of them on the walls, like in
and they're like wow now now bow down bow down bow down.
No, I would say my biggest problem with the game is like how Tom Cruise the game is. Like it's just like,
oh yeah,
fuck, dude. So literally every 10 seconds she should be dead in real life. But
yeah, even the first one was like that though.
Definitely.
Yep.
But it ramped up. They're like, we gotta get better.
They really pushed it like forward.
Like
because I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go walk on this ledge. Well, I know what's definitely gonna happen. It's going to break, and I'm gonna fall, and then be in an even shittier situation than I already was in.
A bash speed. I got a bash speed.
It's like how it felt like the game was never gonna end because everything just kept getting worse. Like there was no good times.
There was so like at the beginning of this one that I'm playing, like she starts like using like the ice axe to climb around this fucking like cliff face or whatever, and like there's a person that like she's climbing with who's like, you know, got her like attached by a line, and like you get like maybe like 15-20 feet away from him when like the thing just breaks underneath you, and like she just drops, and so like she's got like 15-20 feet of slack, and she's above him, and she goes swinging down and then crashes like head and shoulder first into cliff face, and she's just dazed. It's just like, no.
Shake it off. I had times in the first one where I'd go falling down like rapids and then have a giant like stick go through my entire head, and then I'm just respawned. I'm totally
like
fine.
it's one thing if like you die from it and like you start over, but it's like if you have like something that would cause like massive fucking trauma to your body, and then you're just like, well, I'm still going to be the one that progresses ahead of this NPC that I'm walking with.
Yeah, it's all the same thing as like she has no armor or anything, but she gets into gunfights, and it's just like, you get shot. What the fuck are you gonna do without meds?
Yeah. Like she's wearing like a tank top and capris. You know what I mean?
Take a breather.
Like it's like I don't know, like in a lot of action movies you see guys like catch ledges with like their fingertips, and it's just like shit that's like super unrealistic, and they're like hanging there like by one hand. It's like, no, you don't have the wrist strength for that. Like you just don't.
No. but I will say, like with the like when the way that I bought it on Steam, it came with all like the DLCs or whatever, I guess, and like some of them just had like different like armor looks or whatever, like the different like outfits, and one of them looks like a classical like Roman fucking like outfit or some shit. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear that because then it gives me the illusion that she's actually wearing something protective.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, because the tank top and capris doesn't cut it.
Nah,
apparently it does.
Well, it does for her, yeah.
The bow and arrow gameplay and like the feel of it in that game is super good.
The stealth was my favorite part of it. You know, like crawling through brushes. I mean, it's the same thing as Uncharted at that point. You know, you're crawling on cliffs, you're sneaking through bushes, and you're killing guys.
It's just the fact that she's using bow rather than like guns made it kind of cool for me.
But then you get into a gunfight and you realize, oh, it's not, again, not realistic. But
yeah,
it's an action game. It's there for Rudy too. I mean, Nathan Drake never goes anything but a t-shirt and jeans.
Well, I feel like stealth games.
He's got like a Henley or something.
Like I feel like stealth games are less common now.
Definitely, I want Splinter Cell 2020 right now. Like,
well, please. Like they came out with like the Dishonored games are stealth games. Deus Ex are stealth games. They just give you options to do it in a not stealthy way if you wanted to.
Sure. Which I think most people
that's
probably
like
do that.
that's the way it should be, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, with the old like Metal Gear games, it was like you have to be stealthy because like the alarm goes off, you lose, and
you lose or you spend 5 minutes waiting for the alarms to go down.
Yeah, and I remember playing Splinter Cell, Conviction, I think it was, and I remember playing that to the point where like that was when I felt like most games started going, okay, if you get seen, now you're just in a fucking shootout, and you have to clear the entire area.
Yep. That's how I played Dishonored. Was like I'd like be stealthy as shit, and then like up until the point that I get caught, and then it's just like, oh well, I guess they found me. Time to kill every single person.
Yeah, I do that with Spider-Man and like the Arkham games and shit like that. Like there's like you kind of like map out your approach, and you're like, okay, well I can get those guys with stealth, and then I'm gonna probably have to kill all the rest of these guys pretty loud.
Yep.
Which is cool. Like that is a good like fusion there because it sort of mixes both styles.
The thing about both of those, it's like it's so easy to get back into stealth.
Right,
you don't quite get that in like Dishonored or Deus Ex.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just kind of go behind like a fucking crate
it's just
or
like
some shit.
Batman just fucking grapples up to a thing, and it's just like no one knows where he is anymore.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, what? They're all looking around, and then 4 seconds later, they're completely unaware again.
That must have been nothing.
It's just the wind.
It's
just the wind that killed those other 7 guys.
Must have been nothing.
Yeah.
The best is when they find a dead body and then they brush it off 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
Huh.
Strange.
I like Dishonored doing like the no kills and no alerts.
Yeah.
That was fun. I think it was called like the Ghost Challenge. So you have no alert phases and you don't kill any of the targets. You take them all out non-lethally, which was so fucking hard to do because you had to do like.
You could also like, just like not even knock anyone out.
Yeah.
Or you could.
Well, that was sick because you like the non-combat abilities in Dishonored were sick. You could obviously teleport. You could see through walls. You could stop time.
Yep.
There was another one.
You could start time.
Oh, and if you did kill anybody, you could summon rats to eat the corpse.
Yep.
Oh, that was the one where there's one where it's like Shadow Strike or whatever, where if you kill somebody with stealth, their body turns into ashes and it disappears, so that way no one can find the body. Which, fuck that, dude. Imagine that shit happening to you. You get stabbed and turn into ash. There's nothing, no remains to bury.
Well, I mean, like, if I got stabbed in the first place, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, but it's like if you get turned into ash, it's like being cremated.
Like, I'm dead.
It's like you're instantly cremated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for the cremation. Yeah. It's an all-in-one like package.
One of the things that I liked about Rainbow Six is that you could do all the missions stealthy. Yep. If you wanted to.
But you don't. How about Shadows Fall?
Huh?
Is that a band name?
Yeah, I'm just going back.
Shadows
Fall?
I think an actually sick band name is Thriving Ivory. Even though the band itself is pretty cringy.
They should have called it Thrivery. That would have been cool. You gotta merge the two. Huh?
Everything about you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Black Parade. My father said, son, here, let's go to the show. We got to go to the Black Parade featuring Skid Row or something.
Are you trying to read the lyrics?
When I was a young boy, my father grabbed me by the penis. I was prepared for that.
Is that a true story or?
Young man.
It sounded like it sounds real. Like it sounds like he doesn't want to answer that. So.
Dodged.
Stop ducking the question.
I gave myself hiccups. I think it'd be funny if you did like the opening monologue to Welcome to the Black Parade, but like with different lyrics.
Well, why don't we do a tearjerkers with worst band names?
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man.
I would do a tearjerkers right now if you want to do a co-op.
I have to get off wicked soon. I got to get up at 6.
We could burn out a couple.
We can squeeze one in.
Nah, it's already 12:36.
I don't think it is. So
I already took my sleeping medicine. So.
Oh shit! You're gonna be out in like a couple seconds, then, huh? He's already sleeping. Doesn't even know it.
Huh?
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 Whose footprints are these?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We could play Halo, I guess.
Yeah, we could.
Since Jake's going to bed, we can play.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I bet if we message Dave, he'll hop on too.
Yeah.
I'll just send a message.
Yeah, it'll be cool to play it without Jake. For once, you know.
Honestly, that's what I've been waiting all night for.
Oh, damn it. We're so close to the Master Chief episode, dude. 117 is the next episode. Yeah. We gotta do like a special Master Chief. We gotta have Master Chief on.
Yeah.
Is what we have to do.
No, you should just do the episode without me. That'd be funny.
We get all the people that we've been playing Halo with on, but no Jake.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. All right. I guess we're gonna wrap up then, huh?
Well, we're gonna play Halo, but yeah.
Yeah.
There he is. Jake's going to prison.
Yeah, I'm going to prison, boys.
That is what jail looks like.
The man.
Jake Earl Jones going out in a blaze.
Yeah. Tell my son Jenko I love him. Jenko Jones, protect my copy of Shadow the Hedgehog with your life.
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues.
Yeah.
The cycle continues. That's how we end it right there. ...
Continue the cycle.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Thanks for having me. It's been a wonderful time.
It's been a long time with you. You know, it's been great.
I've been here for a long while.
Yeah. It's weird. We had Nick join as well, and he was in here for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. And his mic was like fucked up with super bad.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, guys. Yeah. That's it. We should do a tearjerker soon, though. I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah, be fun.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. I guess I'll wave too. Everybody else is doing it.